Sake, the one truly unique alcoholic beverage. What makes sake so unique? Rather than being brewed in a sequential fashion much like beer or liquor, sake is produced by the multiple parallel fermentation of rice. This means that all chemical reactions are taking place at the same time. Also, sake's true name is nihonshu. The first step is to mill the rice down. Shown here is a large-scale rice milling operation. The main ingredient, rice, has the first layer polished off to remove the proteins and oils that make up the exterior of the rice grains by these machines. After that, the polished rice is then left to rest in order to absorb moisture from the air so it does not crack when immersed in water. It is then cleaned in water to remove the rice powder from the milling performed earlier. After the soaking process, the rice is then either boiled in large pots or put upon a conveyor belt and steamed. The temperature that it is cooked at must be carefully monitored, for overcooked rice will ferment much faster. After this, some of the steamed rice is then infused with Aspergillus oryzae, which is pictured here, which is also a mold used in nihonshu cultivation. This rice and mold mix is called koji, which is then set to grow until it reaches the necessary level for further production. This usually takes about 2 days. The next step is to create the starter mash, or shubo, which is also known as moto. The koji, water, and yeast are mixed, and in modern production techniques, lactic acid, to inhibit unwanted bacteria from formulating. In the more traditional, slower methods, lactic acid occurs naturally during production. After this, freshly steamed rice is added and this mix is then left to sit for about 10 to 15 days. When the shubo is ready, more steamed rice, water, and koji are added once a day for 3 days, making sure to double the volume of the mash each time. This mixture is called the moromi, or main mash. This is then left to sit and ferment. For proper, complete fermentation, it usually takes 2 to 6 weeks. If it is higher grade nihonshu, then it tends to be left to ferment at a colder temperature, usually around 50 degrees Fahrenheit. The difference between nihonshu and all other alcohols is that nihonshu does not have the necessary amylase, which is a type of sugar, to convert starch to sugar, and so must undergo a process of multiple fermentation, where starch is converted to sugar by the koji, or Aspergillus oryzae infused rice, and sugar is converted to alcohol by yeast. With nihonshu, these two processes happen at the same time, not as separate steps, so nihonshu is said to be made by multiple parallel fermentation. After fermentation, sake is pressed to separate the liquid from the solids. With some sake, a small amount of distilled alcohol is added before pressing in order to extract flavors and aromas that would otherwise stay in the solids. With cheaper sake, a large amount of brewer's alcohol might be added to increase the volume of sake produced. Next, the remaining sediment is removed and the sake is carbon filtered and pasteurized. The sake is allowed to rest and mature, and then it is usually diluted with water to lower the alcohol content to be between 9% and 15% by volume. Nihonshu has a very deep meaning in Japanese culture, and has now become a unique drink appreciated by many other cultures around the world. Its unique taste from its unorthodox brewing process makes it one of the more interesting and flavorful of alcohols in the world.